Hello, everyone. My name is Jack The Underdog, and I am your host for Team Underdog, what the inside of my head sounds like, also known as WTIOMHSL. Thank you so much for being back here for another episode. And today, we're surrounded by lots of greenery, and that's because we're talking about greenery today, and also depression, yay. So you might have guessed it. If you know my songs, we're talking about High Holiday and Hate That For Me today. So let's just jump right into it. So let's start with High Holiday. I first wrote this song back in 2020 about going on a bender, honestly. I was a very sad boy back in the day, dealing with depression and anxiety along with the breakup as well. And so as the song said, I numbed my heart, it's the only way, which is really sad now that I think about it. But that song really meant a lot to me. It really, I remember when I first wrote it, I was actually being inspired by Bloody Valentine by Machine Gun Kelly. And I had this idea for a song called High Holiday, basically going on a bender to kind of numb yourself, deal with pain of life and depression and anxiety and shitty people and all of the above. And the song came out really, really fast. It was originally produced and done up as a emo rap kind of song. It was right before I fully dove back into the pop punk genre that I'm fully in now. But I was loving like the emo rap stuff, like think like the Kid Laroi, Juice WRLD. So the original version of High Holiday, which is still out there, is emo rappy, a lot more hip hoppy. And then I actually got connected with an old coworker of mine when I was a bartender, and he's an EDM producer. He actually made a hyper pop version of it too. So really the version that I released this year of High Holiday is the newest, and we took it in a completely different direction, but this feels the most true to what I wanted the song to be in the first place. It's a lot more punk rock, influenced by like Green Day kind of, Machine Gun Kelly as well, obviously, as well as a whole bunch of just other artists that I really like. Sum 41, Blink-182, so many different artists that I listen to on a daily basis, all made it to my Spotify Wrapped. So I remember when I first started playing this song, I was playing it back at Belcourt Taps. I used to run a little round there, whole thing. And my friends and, small amount of fans I had at the time really liked High Holiday a lot. They really connected to it. Everyone was obsessed with it, always singing along with it. And I had sat on the song for a while. I had finished it and I was really excited about it. But my friend Mina actually was the one that kind of pushed me to get it out for 420 of 2020 or 2021. I can't remember now. I think it was 2021. Yes. And so she really pushed me. She was like, Jack, it's almost April. You need to release High Holiday on 420 for the High Holiday. And I was like, oh, you're right. I need to do that. So I spent the next week basically straight polishing everything up, getting it mastered, taking a album photo shoot by myself and everything. This is before I had a whole team behind me helping me with all this stuff. And to this day, if you ask friends of mine, fans of mine, what their favorite song is of mine, a lot of them are going to say High Holiday. We had a release party back in June. I think that was the answer from 5 of the 6 people that got asked, what's your favorite Jack the Underdog song? So I'm really happy with where we're at with it now. So I brought this song in its old emo rap form to my producer, Joel Jorgensen, and he's going to be on one of these episodes shortly. You're gonna see him and meet him. What a great guy. But I brought the song to him and I was like, I really don't want to change this song much. I really don't want to, lose much of what I had originally captured with it. And he was like, totally get it. So we worked on it together, rewrote the instruments, the music, and produced it back up in a new way that, like I said before, feels more true to how it was supposed to sound in the first place. It's kind of like how my head was hearing it. And then working with Joel, we were able to kind of get that out so that everyone can hear what I was kind of in the inside of my head, as the podcast title says. So we released the old emo rap version of High Holiday back in 420 of 2021. And then we released the new version, the one that's on the EP, on 420 of 2022. So it was kind of a fun little tradition. I knew it was coming. I was ready this time. I had everything done beforehand. So learned from last year. So we released the original emo rap version of the song, like I said, back on 420 of 2021. And then I got ready for 2022 so that the new version, the one that's on the EP, was able to come out on 420 of 2022. I was ready this time, learned from my mistakes. And it's actually my second most popular song from the EP. So thanks so much for all the love y'all have given me on it. I love that y'all can relate. I'm also sad that y'all can relate. So, happy and sad for it, but I'm happy that you're here on Team Underdog with me and able to relate in some way. Looking back now, I'm sure some of y'all can relate to the song. It's the second most popular song on my Spotify right now, so I'm sure some of y'all can relate, which makes me happy and sad. Looking back, I was definitely in a really dark, sad time in my life. I really didn't think there was a lot else I could do, but I'm here now, 2 years after I wrote it, doing way better than before. So I just want to say to anyone out there that can relate, things do get better. Things will get better. I also was really excited to work on this song with my producer. He had the idea of writing a song called Junkie, and we're going to talk about that in a different episode, but it really lines up with High Holiday as well. Almost kind of felt like a part 2 to High Holiday, if that makes any sense. So stay tuned for when we talk a little bit more about Junkie. You might get a little bit more of a glance into that. Shifting gears here, we're going to talk about my song Hate That For Me. So again, I wrote this back in 2020, I think, and I really wanted to write a song as like an anthem that people could sing along to, and talk about, you know, depression, anxiety, and dealing with just bullshit of the world, just hating everything, honestly. The first opening line is, "I hate living in this fucking reality." And we got some really good memes out of that. I remember my team, back when the song first was coming out, we went down to Broadway and we took a little video with that first line of the song playing, me just hanging out on Broadway shaking my head, and then the caption on the video it said, "POV, you're a Nashville local on Broadway." And that was the first time that like something with my music in it had kind of gone mini viral on Instagram. I think it ended up getting 100,000 views and 2,000 something likes. I don't remember off the top of my head now. But it was kind of crazy because, like I said, that was the first time something that really popped off on Instagram for me specifically. And I realized that I was able to connect with people over something super serious like depression, but also kind of make a joke of it and kind of have fun with it, not to take it lightly or anything like that. But, you know, sometimes dark humor is our best humor to kind of get through a shitty situation. So Hate That For Me, like I said, originally was just about hating everything, hating literally everything that was happening to me. And also about a breakup, as I mentioned. A lot of my songs are about breakups and heartbreak and all of the, the emotions that come with that. But the idea behind it came from the fact that I had a situationship with someone that, one day they'd be like super into it and the next day they weren't. And that's kind of where the chorus came from. You tell me one thing, then you go to another. You mess with my head. Why do I even bother? Because basically I was in a situation where I really liked this person, but they were giving me very mixed signals and kind of playing with me. Very toxic, kind of manipulative in a way. Look, can see that now. But that's where the title came from, Hate That For Me. The hook is not actually Hate That For Me. It's I hate that I want you. And the whole idea is that I hate that I still want you even though you treat me like shit. When I first was producing the song up with my producer Joel, I didn't really realize how iconic of an intro we were creating. Starting a song with I hate living in this fucking reality is pretty bold, pretty out there. And it's kind of perfect for TikTok and Instagram. After the fact, I realized that, which was like perfect. You don't really want to write music for TikTok and Instagram, but it's perfect when it lines up that way. And so it was really fun to get this song out, something that was like really happening to me, but also just making fun of it and just kind of being able to let go a little bit. Since we released the song, we've done a whole bunch of memes with I hate living in this fucking reality. We've also done some that are I love living in this fucking reality, where we do a really shitty TikTok edit. You know how they like will take a song and they'll like really shittily edit over it a word. That's what we did. It's basically like I love. It's not good, but it's really funny. And so we've done some memes around the opposite because, like I said before, taking something that is a negative and turning it into a positive is something I really like to do. And I found a really easy way to do that with this song. A lot of my music is sad. A lot of my music is, heavier subjects, emotional subjects, things like that. But the whole point of the reason I'm talking about it is A, people can relate to it, and B, we can create something positive out of a negative situation. Think about it this way. I'm at home, all sad and depressed, hate that for me. But then I get out my computer, my laptop, or that's the same thing. My laptop, my acoustic guitar, and my microphone, and I start, producing something up, and I have something not physically because music's not tangible, but you know what I mean? I have something in front of me that I've created that kind of shows like, yeah, that sucks, but like, look what you did because of it. High Holiday and Hate That For Me kind of fall under that same umbrella there. And I'm really happy I got to talk to y'all about those two songs today. Thank you so much for being here for this newest episode of Team Underdog, what the inside of my head sounds like, also known as TUWH. I don't know what the rest of the initials are. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Jack the Underdog, and I'll see you on the next one.